Hi everyone, Zach here from ZTF Studio. I'm going to do a video series here of breaking down songs that I've done mixes for. This band is called Kewl Zoo, Kewl, and ZOO or ZOO, depending on how you pronounce your last letter of the alphabet. And we're going to play a little bit of what the final mix sounds like after it's been mastered. And then I'm going to flip over to the second tab here in Reaper, which is the DAW that I use. And we're going to kind of go through, and we can look at all this stuff here. You can see all the automation. Here are the toms, so they're all cut up. And then we have bass here. I actually doubled the bass tracks, not performances, but just doubled a copy of it. And just when you do that, it just makes it louder, and I guess I just need to push it a little bit more. And then we have two tracks of two performances of acoustic guitar, and then we have three different performances of electric guitar. And over here, this area right here, that would be the guitar solo. And then we have some guitar reverb that I was using. Looks like I had three of them here. And then I use this rear bus here. This is a trick that Andrew Scheps does, so I'll do some explanation of how that works later on in different videos. And then here are lead vocals, lead vocal pull tech, and vocal spread. This is another thing that he does, Andrew Scheps. Vocal effects bus with some reverb and delay. And then over here, if I stretch this out right here, this is the automation for the reverb to go up and the delay to go to last longer. So we did a little bit of automation there, and then this is all the vocals, and you can see I did a lot of different rides through this. And then here are the vocals themselves. Right here, this is the main vocals, the lead vocals, and this is the double. So you have the regular pass that we use as the main, and then we have a double that's gonna be underneath that. And then over here, a different performer did the background vocals, three different harmonies. And then on the bottom here, this is what we call a whisper track, and that's another explanation for a later part of the video. But for now, let's just take a little listen to Kewl Zoo song called So Cool. Just this ethereal kind of live sounding guitar with some shimmering reverb, and then we got the hi-hat clicking it in a little bit, getting our time set. The bass playing some really cool underneath lines. The kick drum comes in, a little bit more hi-hat going there. Building a little bit more intensity. There we go. Got the whole everybody just grooving. Probably one of my favorite songs off this four song EP that they did with me. I did the recording and the mixing, and then I always send it off to a mastering engineer. Vocals. Here you can hear both vocals a little bit more. He pushes it. Still have that shimmering guitar going. Now we're going to build up to the chorus. One of the things I had trouble mixing this one was his cymbals were really, really bright. And if I would have done this over again, I would definitely put ribbon mics up as overheads next time. This was a quick setup, throw the mics that I knew really well. And this was for a project at the high school that I teach at, for the Recording Arts Club that I watch over. So I had the kids just set up typical mics that they're used to. And so it's a learning lesson for everybody. It's like, kind of excited, but you gotta sometimes have to step back and go, what are the cymbals too bright? Should I put some different mics on it? So that's what I'm gonna do next time. Here we build up again into the chorus. And if you heard the toms, you can tell they went from left to right. So I pan drummer perspective, which is something that I enjoy. I like being the drummer, as the drums being my second instrument. So yeah, so that is pretty much the song. I mean, they're gonna do some guitar solo kind of stuff, a little breakdown here in the bridge, and then they really push it out through the rest of the ending here. But we can get to that at a later video. So yeah, so like I said, in future videos, we're gonna go and we're gonna look at all the automation I did here in the drums. So yeah, this is all drums. So this is the volume envelope, the green one, and this is bypass line for the Fab Filter Pro Q2. So I was turning the EQ on and off, and what I basically was doing was another not a trick. I don't like calling them tricks. I like calling them just tasteful automation. You know, how to make the song, you know, bigger than life kind of thing once in a while. So that's kind of why on this Fab Filter, actually I'll pull it up and I'll show you guys real quick what I'm doing with the Fab Filter here. Where are you? There you are. So you see I am low passing and high passing. So when it's on, what it does is just brings the drums a little bit smaller sounding during the verses and like the bridges and stuff like that. And then when we get to the explosive choruses, then I turn it off and it's full range on the drums. I mean, besides all the EQing that I had already done and some low pass that I've done, or high passing that I've done. But the overall drum mix, I just sculpt it down a little bit, as you can see in the picture here of the filter. And then it just turns on and off depending on the section of the song. So that's one of the things I was doing there. And so I learned that from Warren Huart, Produce Like the Pro, one of those cool tips that he likes to give all the people that, you know, go to his YouTube site and, you know, Instagram and whatever else, you know, social media. So anyways, so then we also have the MV2, which is kind of like a compressor. Once again, on and off, depending on what section of the song it's at. And then here we have the drive, the decapitator. If you're not sure what that is, that would be this thing right here. And basically it's just a saturation plugin by Sound Toys. Really cool. I got the drive, you know, not much, like at between about 1.5, and no low cut. Tones at about 230. You know, if we were looking at a clock, analog clock, it'd be like 230. So it's just between 2 and 3. And then the high cut is at 4. Output's almost all the way there, and the mix is all the way up. So it's complete wetness. There is no parallel going on at all. And I just use, you know, each one of these letters represents a different type of analog tape machines, I think is what I remember. And all you're doing is just switching between different flavors of saturation. And I just thought A worked the best for this song. And then you just put a limiter at the end there. So anyways, in future videos, we'll go even to more depth of this. So thanks for listening to the video, and hope you stop by and watch the next one when I put it up. Thanks.